I don't know who this is. This just popped up on my feed and I wanted to do a video with it. So if y'all like these videos where I'm talking about certain people, I guess, let me know. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Let's tap in.
The Backdoor Queen, I really think personally that it came from the internet. The internet seeing her around big names, targets. I think that's what became like, you know, when you go from hood to hood as a female and you able to go, even if it's all good, and people embrace you. Somebody, remember that one person I told y'all? That one person I told y'all about on the block? That one person will stir up some shit and like, man, she backdooring people, you know? And once they hit the internet, you know, you got the people on the side with you, and study them be like, no, you know what, you got a baby. Don't hang with us, Amber, because you got a baby. You got a lot going on, you know, but you don't got no real niggas these days like that to tell a female that. So they probably added fuel to the fire like, yeah, you the backdoor queen. They got you as the backdoor queen. And she ran with her role like an actor.
10747 South Everhart. Got a male in a white truck just shot a female in the alley. Says she's been shot about 6 or 7 times, about arguing with the male in the truck with the shot spotter hit over there, but multiple hits at that location. That's all I have this time. No further N5, zone 9. We're done.
Ambriana Collins, also known as Ambry or Breesky, was born on March 18, 1994 in Chicago, Illinois, to her mother, Tamika Collins. Her dad wasn't really ever a part of her life, and she was raised primarily by her mother and her grandmother. She grew up in a neighborhood known as Gyro City, with some of their most well-known members being Dome, Motor, and Side. Ambry was beloved in her neighborhood. She was known for being funny, outgoing, with a lot of personality.
She throwing it back.
I will be asking, and I won't talk back to things. This bitch like Blade. You got a knife though?
She tweaking.
Very funny. Okay. If I was 7 feet. Exactly. If you 5.
Gyro was also clicked up with STL EBT, St. Lawrence, and Everhart, who had members such as FBG Duck, Wooski, KI, FBG Cash, FBG Brick, and many more. Despite originally being from Gyro City, Ambry would spend a lot of time in STL EBT territory. She was also cool with other sets such as Dro City and THF, the Trigger Happy Family, with one of their most prominent members being THF Bezu. This is interesting because she was also cool with one of THF Bezu's biggest rivals, 051 Melly. Ambry was never an active gang member. Just like other kids growing up in the inner city, she had no choice and simply had to adjust to her environment. In the summer of 2013, events would take place that would cause a fracture between STL EBT and their alliance with Gyro City. The story goes that FBG Duck's brother Brick was supposed to be going on a drill with members of Gyro City. They were headed to Parkway Gardens to slide on members of O Block, but something went wrong along the way, and they ended up robbing Brick for his guns and kicking him out of the car in the middle of O Block, which is basically a death sentence. It said that on that very same night, FBG Brick tracked down each of the dudes that were responsible and broke each one of their jaws. So for revenge, they all came back to a party that FBG Brick was attending and started to shoot at him. Brick was able to escape the gunfire, but an innocent bystander was hit in the crossfire, a 13-year-old named Taekwon Tyler. His death would lead to the creation of Taekwon World, a subset of STL EBT that was led by female shooter Jakira K.I. Barnes.
Brick had showed these thirsty motherfuckers from Gyro City. He showed them the gun. So they had Trick Brick and was like, oh man, we gotta get that gun from Brick. They broke ass. We gotta get that gun from Brick. How we gonna get it? Oh, we finna tell him we finna go to O Block and do a hit. So they told Brick that they was finna go on a hit to O Block. So Brick was like, hell no, I ain't getting to y'all. I'll go with y'all. So they walk over there. So when they get over there, they Buncho and Lil Wayne and the gangway they had got the gun from Brick, they upped on Brick and told him this they gun now.
Damn.
Though Ambry grew up on that side, she felt like her guys from Gyro City were wrong. They were wrong for dropping FBG Brick off in O-Block territory, and they were wrong for coming back and shooting up the party and killing 13-year-old Taekwon Tyler. She always kept her ties to Gyro City, but began to spend more time in STL EBT territory. Although by late 2013, Ambry began to slow down her activities on the block and being outside. She found out that she was pregnant by her boyfriend, Teddy Gage, and when her son was born in 2014, she knew that she had to dedicate her life to her baby. She started to work 2 jobs so she could provide for her son to make sure that he had everything he needed. And even though she eventually broke up with her boyfriend, Teddy Gage, she still made sure that he was a part of Angelo's life because she knew how important it was for a child to have a father. Over the years, Ambry's name became more synonymous with STL EBT than her home turf of Gyro City. Okay. She was well liked by members of the gang, and it said that a lot of the guys felt like she was attractive and had a crush on her. This included King Get Right, but it said that she viewed him more as a little brother than a love interest. But there were rumors that she had a situation going on with FBG Cash, and they also seemed extremely flirtatious during vlogs. Ambry became one of the top faces for 63rd, not because she was on the front lines as a shooter, but simply because she was well known and popular. Her name rang out in different areas because she was cool with so many different gangs, even when they were at war. She was also prominently featured in STL Hood vlogs, standing out amongst the crowd.
She was with everybody. They didn't even know.
Man, though. Real shit, I say that every day. Come on, how you ever tell me to sit? I don't want to sit down.
But Ambry's popularity also brought rivals. She had an ongoing beef with a girl named Shay Styles, who went on Instagram Live and challenged her to a fight when they were both on the same block.
This bitch so scary. Scary. She knows when I run up on her head, they gonna want to break it up. Bitches do not want to walk down the street. Let's walk down the street, bro. Let's walk down the street. Let's walk down the street.
I don't know.
Let's walk down the street.
Growing up on the south side of
she
Chicago,
definitely looked like she got some hands.
That Ambry became extremely familiar with, losing multiple people that she knew along the way. Taekwon Tyler in 2013, K.I. in 2014, Booby from Gyro City in 2015, FBG Brick in 2017, along with TB and Poppy. It was an unfortunate common occurrence, but 2018 would prove to be an exceptionally deadly year. In April, she lost the father of her child to cancer. She mourned his death online and also vowed that she would always be there for their son Angelo. This would also be the year that she gained a reputation for being the backdoor queen of Chicago, after she had a run-in with a man named Ronald Crump, also known as Mubu Crump, or the scorekeeper, because of his propensity to keep score of all of the bodies that were dropping into gang wars in Chicago. He was constantly seen online making fun of his ops, especially Little Dirk's cousin Newski. Crump was also very close to 051 Melly and would often insinuate that Melly was the one who killed Little Dirk's cousin.
Them left Newski. They left his ass right here. You feel me? They left his ass up here and folks them tweaking.
At the villa?
Buying some shoes. Y'all see real niggas be up here though. Nigga play with me up here on folks in this building with bitch on the news. I look like Newski. Hit his ass up right here on Pack. I'm with the nigga that did. He don't want to be on camera though. Hit his ass up right here on Pack. You hit? They fucked my boy up. Right here, you feel me? Historic events. Y'all know I'm gonna bring y'all around this shit. Historic events. Wish a nigga would play me, boy. I look like Newski.
I remember in real time some of the stuff he used to do, folks, and how bad he wanted Crump. Like, folk went to Chino death site, folks. You could tell he ordered a burger, folks, before he got up there, folks.
Y'all got that order for Newski?
Chino burger. Like, y'all got that Chino burger on the news. Y'all, what the f is he on BD, folks? They really handed this man some food, folks. I'm like, oh, BD, folks, he tweaking, folks, bro, grade, folks. He had folks them so heated, folks. Man, that man started trolling the hell out of Chino, folks. Then he doing all this on live, which is making him look wild as hell, too. Like, everybody in the city acting like they looking for this man, and, oh, he on this on live, trolling him up, dropping his blow.
Damn.
On May 25th, 2018, a house party was taking place on the 6800 block of South Morgan, and Ambry was in attendance, along with Mubu Crump and 051 Melly. A perfect storm of events would take place that would turn extremely deadly, because Mubu was cool with Ambry due to the fact that he was from Dro City, and she was good with Melly as well. But on this night, something was different. They both started to press Ambry about being cool with THF, the Trigger Happy family. Mubu Crump had just lost a cousin, and Melly had just lost an uncle, and they were both extremely upset about it. They told her that she was playing both sides, and started to clown her at the party in front of everybody, to the point that she was extremely embarrassed. Ambry didn't like the way that Crump and Melly had came at her, treating her like a lame in front of everybody, and it said that she decided that she was gonna get revenge. While still at the party, she called Can't Get Right from STL, because she knew that he had a crush on her and he would do anything to impress her. Once she told him about what happened to her at the party, he was absolutely furious. Once Ambry gave him the location, Can't Get Right knew that this would be his opportunity to kill two birds with one stone. He could impress Ambry, and he could take out two of his enemies. They had friction dating back to 2017, when a video surfaced that Can't Get Right dropping Wise right in front of 051 Melly, which is disrespectful to his gang. And just a few weeks prior to the party taking place, Can't Get Right had gotten jumped in Dro City by people who were affiliated with Mubu Crump. And to make matters worse, after it happened, Mubu Crump got online with 051 Melly and laughed at Can't Get Right about it. Can't Get Right didn't appreciate this at all, and by this time he had gained a reputation as a feared shooter as well. 051 Melly and Mubu Crump stepped outside of the party to take some pictures near an alleyway. Little did they know, Can't Get Right was already lurking. He opened fire with dozens of rounds, hitting Mubu Crump twice in the arm and twice in the torso. He also hit 051 Melly a total of 6 times, including being grazed in the head. Mubu Crump would be pronounced dead at the hospital, while Melly would survive his wounds. 3 days later, Can't Get Right would be arrested for the shooting, but he would immediately be released. And 10 days after that, FBG Wooski would be arrested with the gun tied to Mubu Crump's death. It's extremely common for gang members to pass guns amongst each other, so it's highly probable that Can't Get Right passed the gun to Wooski, and that's why he was caught with it. But since 051 Melly survived the shooting, the plan backfired horribly, and he was going to be gunning for whoever was responsible as soon as he found out who it was. It said that Motor Inside from Gyro City are the ones who told 051 Melly that Ambry was the one responsible for dropping the location and putting everything into play.
Ambry, Melly, Crump, they go to the party on 68th and Morgan. You know, it's possibly Crump's birthday party. And during the party, like I said, Ambry, she got ties to THF, she got ties to multiple hoods. STL, EBT, Gyro, THF, Dro City, all type of shit. So boom. During the party, Melly and Crump get to picking at Ambry. They get to talking crazy to Ambry because her ties to THF. And everybody know they locked in a deadly war. Like Melly and Crump, they locked in a deadly war with THF. Like THF, they killing Melly homies. Crump homie Kurt Mack. Melly uncle just got killed by one of the THF members and shit like that. So they on her ass about that shit. Like, man, you rocking with dude and them, whatever. You know, we into it. Like we killing them, they killing us. So they on bullshit with Ambry. They damn near making her feel some type of way. You know what I'm saying? So Ambry end up feeling disrespected, you know, by the shit that Melly and Crump saying to her about the THF shit. So the whole time she knowing that Crump people just Can't Get Right, which is her little brother. So like, word, y'all tweak with me about this goof ass THF shit, and then y'all just put hands on my little brother whole time, and then she in the party with him. You know what I'm saying? So the whole time, you know, she decided to contact Can't Get Right, man, and drop low. She ended up deciding to drop. Contact Lil Can't Get Right and drop low to Lil Man, knowing what's gonna happen. She know what's gonna happen, you know. So boom, she drop low. Can't Get Right, he thirsty, so he on it. So boom, Melly and Crump decide to go outside and take pictures. Can't Get Right, he come to the party. He see Melly and Crump, and he opened fire.
Damn.
When Ambry found out what Motor Inside had done, she felt betrayed because she was from Gyro City too, and she believed that they had basically just put a hit out on her by telling Melly that information. But Ambry wasn't the only one in danger. The man responsible for pulling the trigger was now in the line of fire because on June 15, 2018, King Get Right was inside of a restaurant on the 400 block of East 63rd. He was with a group of other members from STL EBT. They all left out in a group before him. He was the last person out, but as soon as he stepped outside the door, 2 gunmen ambushed him. He was shot numerous times and would later be pronounced dead. And a 43-year-old innocent bystander named Troy Hampton was also murdered in the shooting. Can't Get Right gaining the reputation of a shooter made him a high priority target for his rivals. Word began to spread that it was STL's ops that were right across the street who were responsible for Can't Get Right's death. For years, O-Block and STL EBT had been locked in a deadly war, with multiple bodies dropping on both sides, and O-Block was claiming Can't Get Right's. And if there was any doubt, King Von made an infamous IG Live video where he was roasting Can't Get Right in his death, making fun of him with the comment section.
There you go. Can't get right. There you go. There you go.
All right, everybody, not at one time. What just happened?
He said, everybody don't speak at work.
Hold on. What just happened?
A lot of blizzards.
You right there with your hand. You take my. What's her name? Diddy from 5 O'Clock?
That's what happened.
Who got killed? That's what I'm asking y'all. You right there in the back, Diddy from 5. Who got killed, gang?
Yeah.
Can't Get Right got killed.
Word.
Can't Get Right.
Hey, somebody show me a picture. I don't think I know y'all talking about.
Let's say drop a picture in the comments.
Show the first picture.
I didn't even know you could drop pics.
That Can't Get Right.
Unless I'm tweaking.
Is this
Or is
Can't
this
Get Right?
Is
I don't know how he look.
This what he look like?
This ain't called snitching. I'm just trying to get verified. Verification. They tell us can't get up.
They always make some shit before we do it. They beat us to it every time.
Yeah,
But there's also another theory surrounding the death of the person that Ambry considered her little brother, Can't Get Right. Some people believe that it was 051 Melly who had killed Can't Get Right, and that the other shooter who was with him was actually from Dro City, the same set as Mubu Crump, Melly's friend who was murdered. Ambry would take to social media to mourn the death of her friend Can't Get Right. It's also said that Ambry was under the belief that it was 051 Melly who had gotten to Can't Get Right, and feared that one day he was going to get to her too. She was upset that she was in this situation and blamed Motor Inside because they're the ones who allegedly told Melly that she tried to backdoor him. After the incident happened, she tried to play it cool with Motor Inside, acting like she didn't feel away or know about what they told Melly. Mooski dropped the diss track Computers that gained millions of views on YouTube and all across social media. And FBG Duck dropped his platinum single Slide and also signed a lucrative record deal. And Ambry was in the middle of every music video enjoying the success and clout. But it's rumored that in January of 2019, she would execute her second backdoor, and it would be against people from her own set, Gyro City, Motor Inside, the 2 people who she felt were responsible for ratting her out to 051 Melly and putting her on his op list. The story goes, on January 3rd, 2019, Ambry was riding around with Motor Inside, along with another man from a gang called Geo Drive. And it said that she dropped their location to a rival gang that she was cool with, THF. She let them know that she was in the back seat and Motor Inside were in the passenger and driver's seat, so they would know where to aim. And as they were driving on the 5000 block of South Indiana, near Golo gas station, their vehicle was open fire on, but only in the front and passenger seat. And according to witnesses, it was done in a drive-by fashion. Motor was hit twice in the head and once in the torso, and Side was hit once in the chest, and both men would be pronounced dead at the scene.
Damn.
Like the post with Can't Get Right when she was mourning Can't, that was a real mourning post. When Can't Get Right died and she made a post about Get Right, that was real. That was real because the whole time it hit her hard because she knew that he died for some shit that she put in play, you know. But now, and she know like, damn, Melly did this shit. And now you got Mo inside over here telling Melly like, no, it wasn't just Can't Get Right. Ambry the one, like, Ambry was in on it too. So now she mad at Mo inside like, y'all finna get me killed. Dude, he just killed my little homie and y'all steady telling him that I was in on it too. He finna come kill me. So she already did one backdoor. So she also like, it's time for another backdoor. You know, y'all throwing me under the bus, I'm finna throw y'all up under the bus.
5 o'clock in the morning, still outside, me and my toy. Oh, they were the police. Club 12. Grind down Halsted. Cool. Who that might call up? You know him?
But the second theory is that 051 Melly was the only person in the back seat, and for reasons unknown, he ended up snaking his friend's motor inside. This was backed up by an alleged report from the Chicago PD that named 051 Melly as the shooter. Ambry's reputation as the backdoor queen of Chicago was on the rise, with the word circulating that she was setting people up to be murdered. And after the death of Motor Inside, she didn't help to dispel the rumors. She would post on social media to mourn the death of Motor Inside, but many people felt like her post was more disrespectful, and she almost seemed like she was happy with it being filled with laugh out loud and laughing emojis. She would also post rap lyrics that referenced pretty girls setting dudes up in the hood to be murdered. People who knew her said that Ambry had a crazy sense of humor, and she was probably just joking when she posted those things. But when you post stuff like that on the internet, and you already have a reputation, it only takes one person for the situation to turn deadly serious. Because in the early morning hours of January 25th, 2019, Ambry would be found shot to death in an alley near South Eberhard. According to witnesses, they could hear an argument taking place in a white SUV. Then a man pushed Ambry out of the vehicle, stood over her, and shot her 12 times at point-blank range in the chest.
Units and 5 units on the city. We're getting a shot spotter hitting a person shot 10747 Eberhard. 10747 South Eberhard. Got a male in a white truck just shot a female in the alley. Says she's been shot about 6 or 7 times, about arguing with the male in the truck with the shot spotter hit over there with multiple hits at that location. That's all I have this time. No further insights on 9. We're done.
Due to the overkill type nature of the murder, many people felt like it wasn't random and that it was 051 Melly who had finally caught up to Ambry and got his get back for her setting him and Mugu Crump up that night. But some people dispute these claims, saying that Melly had nothing to do with it, and it was really just a domestic dispute that got completely out of control. And that was the argument that the witnesses heard before the gunshots rang out. Ambry's family was absolutely devastated by her death, and her beloved son Angelo lost his mom and his dad within the course of a year. And he would go to stay with his grandmother, Rosie Collins. In September of that same year, her alleged shooter 051 Melly would be killed at a house party full of people, allegedly by a member of Taekwon World named 007 Nate. It's speculation that it was done because of a personal beef between him and Nate, but some say that it was also get back for Ambry. And her good friend FBG Duck would be killed a few years later in August of 2020 after a brazen broad daylight shooting in Chicago's Gold Coast, an infamous hit that was carried out by members of O-Block. And the man she had romantic ties to, FBG Cash, would also be murdered in June of 2022 after a drive-by shooting at a Marathon gas station near 81st and Ashland. There are two sides of the coin when it comes to the story of Ambry. Those who believed that she was an innocent girl who ultimately became a victim to domestic violence, and there was no conspiracy theory surrounding it, while others say that she was really backdooring people. So that's what really led to her tragic demise. And Ambriana Collins, she was only 24 years old when she died. Rest in peace.
R.I.P. But goddamn, thought she would have changed her life after having a kid. Oh gosh, the kid gotta grow up like that. Oh gosh, bro.